Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill that is the Coffee Company, live here on a Monday on the Coffee Company, and of course, Tottenham on tour, the world famous home of Levy out. We're here. We're back. It's been a good weekend. Tottenham Hotspur 3, Burnley FC 0 in a mixed bag. I'm going to say mixed bag of a football game. A mixed bag. Some good things, some bad things, but a definite learning curve for sure. But most importantly, breaking news from the world of Fabrizio Romano. And it is Daniel Levy and Steve Parish are locked in talks for Eberechi Eze. The man that says he's not involved with transfers is certainly involved with this transfer, and we are back to it. He's already lied, but I'm happy if he has, and he gets this over the line. Aki. Oh, no, we got to do the weather. The weather is 22 degrees centigrade, and it feels like 21. It feels like 21. But Aki, how are you doing today?
Okay, it's the first time. First of all, let me just say, the first time in the Premier League after a victory, I can say the Thomas Frank therapy session for all you Frankaholics is open. What a great feeling it is. The first of many. And this is the first time. The weather at the moment is a calm 16. But for the first time, the Feel Like guy is making it feel colder. We're down to 15 degrees.
Guy's doing his job.
So he's doing his job. It's 1 degree colder than it is, apparently, it feels like. But I will say, with the Eze news, Max Harrison will address everyone in the chat in a minute, has just dropped something that apparently I'm going to bring it up. This could be massive for what's going on. This could be, if Crystal Palace are advancing with El Canoes, then, guys, it might be time to start getting excited. The
moment El Canoes is at a here we go is when Eberechi Eze to Tottenham is a here we go as well. Yep. So we're still waiting on the David Ornstein bomber. Right. But firstly, let's see who's in the chat to take us through the show. I actually haven't made myself a coffee yet, and I will be making myself a coffee.
You do that, I'll do the hellos. You do that.
Right, let's say hello to them. Let's say hello to them as a unit.
Let's do it.
We have it's me, it's KPV in with a new membership. Good to see you, KPV. Hopefully you are well. Good to see you in the chat. We have Rob Welshspur is in the house. Yep, indeed. Yep, indeed. But that is what's here. Good to see you, Rob. Good to see you. Callum's in the house. And we will talk about Thomas Frankington later.
Bloody well will.
We have sub to Tottenham on tour for Mr. Brian Dagul.
Before you go further, this guy, Late Night Lily White, and anyone that was in the late night show, thank you for joining another great stream. I was always wondering who this guy was. Reached out to me on Twitter, and now we're talking a lot. What a top man this man is. So big up to you, buddy. It's been a joy speaking with you.
Indeed, we've got Gray is in the house. Good to see you. We could get one very, very soon. Mr. Joshua is in the house. The Hotspur State of Mind YouTube member, Musa
Ali. Big up.
Jack L70's in the house. Good to see her. Max Harris is in the house, and we talked about what he said before. Davey and Pam from the Scotland Yard. Good to see you. Good to see her. Mr. Josh, Ben Woods and Dagulites unite. The coffee beans and the Dagulites. Indeed. The Frankomaniacs are all here. What you going to do when Frankomania runs wild on you? We have Richest Man.
Mate, that's another one you're doing.
We have Richest Man, YouTube member, and Kate and Jim has sent us a
lovely
redirect. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Kate and Jim. Auntie Kate and Jimbo at your service. Good to see you. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you, everyone, to come over from Auntie Kate and Jimbo's channel. Malware is in the house. Good to see you. Simon Side of Football. Paigey. Good to see you, Paigey. Mr. Barbaric, as Mr. Dagul refused to say hello to me at 4 a.m. this morning on his show. I'm just
Barbaric, I'm sure I did say it. Did I not? I apologise, buddy.
Not.
Wait, 4 a.m. your time was 11 p.m. I might have been going through the exhaustion and skip it. I keep going down and asking questions and losing it, so I apologise. Let me just do this. Barbaric Disdain, 1,000 hellos in credit.
Yes, indeed. Colin Crossamano is in the house. Alpesh Patel, Andrew Gregory, YouTube member. Archer, YouTube member. Ryan McFarlane, good to see you. Ian Ferguson, YouTube member. Good stuff. They've acted very, very good in this. We've got to give some respect to Crystal Palace. We've got to give some respect to them. They've acted very, very well in this pursuit. Joe's in the house. We have Diakon. Or Diakon, however you wish to pronounce it. Good to see you. The Nat Show Slayer is here. Great to see you at the weekend. I saw the Nat Show.
Did you meet him?
I sent you the picture.
I did. Did you?
I did.
Did you send it to me privately?
Yes. Let me send it to you again.
Wait a minute.
Let me send it to you again. I thought I sent it to you. Maybe I didn't.
I haven't got it.
Here we go. I send it to you right now. TTID, Anurag, the number one Agon bar in the world. Justin's in the house. The Guardians of the Pombo, YouTube member, and the Guardians of the Pombo are shoving out their chests today. Philly's in the house. Acknowledge your tribal chief. That is the Kauff. Good to see you. Good to see you, Scott M. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you, John Ratcher, Curly Norman, that Aussie Frank Lover, Christian Raro, Chris Sandro's in the house.
My God, this is. Do you know how weird this is? Or not? This guy. I worked at a company called Photobox, which is now owned by Moonpig, I believe, and when I started the day after or the Monday after we beat Man U with AVB when Vertonghen did that long run. And sitting next to me was this man right here. And we spoke all things Tottenham all day long. And I see him when I'm back home away games. Good to see you in here, Chrysandro, brother. I hope you're good and well, man. Dear friend.
What has Frank done to Richie? We'll talk about it. We Are Spurs TV. Angie boy, just to let you know, we are all thinking about you for tomorrow, buddy. All the best to you, buddy. We all have our banter. But we all wish you well. And why are you not? I'm the OTC. He's the final boss. What are you doing here? You've had a mare. Jason Bell's in the house. YouTube member, Ink2 Audio. Ghosted YouTube member, Paul Brown. Mr. Paddy's in the house. Mr. Paddy is in the house. International Observer Manzo. Good to see you. Corey Boy, YouTube member. And that is everyone.
Finally.
Talk about it while I make myself a coffee.
What we talking about? Okay, let's talk as a people.
About the breaking news.
Let's talk about it. Before we go any further with this, before we go into this, let's get a scale on where people are. If you had to put it in a percentage, how convinced are people that Eze will be a Spurs player? Whether it be by this week, the window shuts, just so we know where we are as a collective. Where are people? 90%. Simon, we'll do that next. Here we go. Let's have a look. I can confidently say that show Slayer's going 100, 75, 100, 95, 100. Angus, I've just seen your comment. If we bottle this, my God. But I will say, Angus, spoiler alert, if we don't, I have about 6 Arsenal rage bait memes ready to go. It's going to be glorious. 100% now. Ryan's at 25%. 95, 95, 90, 100. Scott M. What do you reckon Scott M's...
0%.
There you go. 50. Listen, do you know what it is, Mr.? They need to get their players in, and time is running out. So whereas time is running out for us to get that player in, they need his replacement. I did this, but the reason I asked this is I did this yesterday. Curly has stayed at 25 from yesterday, but he's given his reason. There are a lot of people that were more on the lower side. Actually, no, it was a bit mixed. I was at 65%.
Yeah.
I'm going to raise it to 70 based on today. Where are you, Ben? 100% today.
I'm saying this is at 70%. There's still a bit more to do. When El Canoes goes through, it will be at 100%. The moment El Canoes is going to Crystal Palace, the moment El Canoes is going to Crystal Palace is when I'm going to say 100% this is happening. It looks like at the end of the game, Eze was saying thank you to the Crystal Palace fans.
Yeah,
it looked like he was saying goodbye to the Crystal Palace fans, and they've acted with a lot of class. Crystal Palace, yes, they've been playing him.
It's so true.
They've acted with a lot of class, Crystal Palace, through this situation, and hopefully this gets resolved very soon, and hopefully it gets done very, very quickly, and we can move on to our final transfer target of the window, and we can
how do you know it's our final? Savino or Savio by his real name.
Yeah,
we just don't know.
I think our last two recognised targets are Eze and Savio.
The moment
those are done, that's when we can start looking at opportunities. If an opportunity comes up, for example, United are looking at an opportunity for a better goalkeeper, and if David De Gea wants to play for Man United, David De Gea is far better than both their goalkeepers combined. If they got an opportunity for a better goalkeeper, they would pounce at it. The moment our recognised transfer targets are in the door is when we can then look at opportunistic targets, like, is there another striker available? Is there a deal for a really good left back? Or someone like a Piero Hincapié? Is there someone like a Hincapié on the market that they can move for? That's when we can be a bit more explorative. I like that word, explorative. But
indeed,
we have to get Savio and Eze through the door. Most importantly, Eze has to come through the door. He is the most important piece of the puzzle for me for this season. He is just quality. He's everything that we need in a footballer.
Yep. So I was just checking. I'm checking Twinter. Oh, it's early in the morning. Yesterday I was having a mare with certain words. Twitter. I have to say, Keith Ryan, big up to you, buddy. Hopefully see you on another late night Lily White this week. It was always good having you in. I think, look, the thing we got to look at as well, and listen, there's a few people here that were very low on the percentage scale. And we all know the reason that people are that low is because of past misdemeanors and whatever. If this man signs, and like we said, you and me are both locked in at 70% at the moment is where we are, it is a monster acquisition for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
It is a monster signing, and it will. We always say we want a statement signing. Well, this will be one hell of a statement signing. This guy is going to be. This is going to be. Twinter, it's a new thing. I'm creating a new app. Aussie Flag Lover. I think this becomes huge. Yeah, I mean, there's so many people. I didn't get to see the video I didn't get to see it live when I heard that he got subbed. I mean, let's face it as well. What I will say as well, how often does Eberechi Eze get subbed in a game and doesn't last than 90 minutes?
Very rare.
Like, I can't remember the time. I cannot remember. Because when we talk about the Matt, he's a season ticket holder as well, like literally everywhere, Europe, you name it, pre-season, he's there. He is diehard. We'll get on to Frank and the boys later. And obviously, you're talking about what you saw in the warm-ups. This, if he, like I said, if he signs this is just huge for this football club. He ticks a lot of boxes. He is an absolute game changer. Big up King Oasis. I love it when we get messages like this. They've been watching Tottenham on tour since 20. There's been some wonderful messages sent to this channel and to me personally via social media. And thank you all of us. Thank you all of us. It's too early. I can't. If I speak for too long, I malfunction. So let's say it again. Eze comes to this football club. It's huge, and what it will do. The people that had such low percentage of themselves have got to turn around, and I understand why they are. There's no reason. There's no negativity of why they're being so low because of what's happened. But if it does happen, it just makes a huge difference to this football club. And I think that if people say Savinho, I don't think they'll be saying like 0%, 25%. But you've got to understand why they're there. And I understand. I completely understand. Big up Celery. Big up Celery. Do you know? Honestly, Keith, it even got mentioned yesterday. About 4 or 5 people still said, "Do you know what? I'd still go for Morgan Gibbs-White." My heart was broken. My heart was broken with that man, and he put in a very good performance yesterday. Even if there was the remote slightly, I don't think Marinakis would pick up the phone, and I don't think Levy would pick up the phone to Marinakis. That is done. No. I keep living in the dream, not by the performance they had yesterday and signings they revealed, that they go and get relegated, then we get them for half price. That would be in a dream world, but Eze is huge. Eze is a massive part of this.
I might even say, I know this is me living in the excitement of the moment, and I'm going to try and live in the excitement of the moment. I think Eberechi Eze could be the best signing for Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League era.
Whoa.
That's how.
Whoa!
He could be the best signing in the Premier League era.
No,
27-year-old getting at the peak of his powers.
No.
English. He could be Spurs' biggest signing and best signing of the Premier League era. Of course, we got players.
We're going to put. Oh my God, Craig is very, very excited. We're going to quickly. That's a good. See, you've opened something up now. In recent history, I would say yes. But it also depends how you look at the biggest signing. Big up, lads. Today is Eze Day. Once we tied him with Savinho. Yep. But what I will say, listen, people have been putting it in. Who would you say, and this is what we love at the moment, guys, you got to remember, like I said, we are very, very Levy out here. But we are very, very much Thomas Orb, especially with myself and Ben, Frankaholics. And I'm looking at it this season. I will go for Levy when need be. But when there isn't a reason, my full focus is on our great manager, our great coaching staff, and the team that's been assembling. We'd lost our way because we were very, very focused with Levy. And there will be times where I will absolutely go for him. But now we are living in the moment and having fun with you guys. And when there is stuff to talk about that isn't, everything's not around that man anymore. But when it needs to be, it bloody well will be. But going back, you think Eze would be...
The reason I'm going to... Sonny, we signed him as a 21-year-old. We signed him as a... We signed him... Sonny's with 22-year-old. Sonny wasn't Sonny when we signed him. It's not like we signed world-class Son Heung-min. We signed Sonny, who then became the great player he was. Absolute legendary footballer for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We are signing Eze at the peak of his powers when big teams want him. This is not a player that looks like going to be potential. This is a player that is. This is an unbelievably brilliant football player that will be the poster boy. Yes. We got yes. Yes.
Is he better than Brian Hill?
Yes.
So I just want to come in and say with all the answers coming in, big up Jimmy Hotspur, big up to the new people that are coming in, all 164 of you. Hopefully you're smashing that like and subscribing. Simon Side of Football, my man, the first name on that list on your two, no doubt whatsoever. Jurgen Klinsmann, remember the money was different. To me, the biggest player and the best signing for who he was we're not just talking at the peak of his powers like Eze, we're talking the peak of his powers in world football. Obviously, you're a little bit too young for it, Ben. In the Premier League era, I don't think you can go further than Jurgen Klinsmann. For the stature of that man, obviously people will look at it different and what they've done at Tottenham, where they were when they came, where they were when they left. People could say Modric. I think everyone has got a valid claim for it. Oh, Jan Rob Welsh is speaking my language.
Love Jan Vertonghen. Again, Jan Vertonghen wasn't at the peak of his powers. He done bloody well.
Was a damn good defender, but he wasn't. Yeah, you're right. Look,
wasn't Jan Vertonghen in that Jan Vertonghen against Borussia Dortmund playing at left wing back and that cross he made. My God, he wasn't that player when we signed him. He became that player.
There is a lot of people that say Van der Vaart.
But Van der Vaart wasn't at the peak of his powers. Van der Vaart was coming down. And he was going from the biggest club in the world to a smaller club. SA is going up in trajectory. He is going to be, and
we're getting him in his peak. There's no doubt about it. We're getting his peak
signing.
We're getting his peak, but with Van der Vaart,
Lloris is a good shout as well as the captain of France. Van der Ven
was just on the way down. Van der Ven was at the top on the way down when we got him. 1 second. But Joe, let's. Of course he has, buddy. Of course. Do you know what? The other day he tried to trick me. I've known him for years. 2 or 3 years ago, if he had said that, I'd have reacted and gone nuts. But he didn't realise I was watching Sky Sports News at the time, and he said Sky Sports News breaking. I was like, I just saw Fran's name. Edgar Davids was a big one.
Absolutely not.
Mate, sorry. You think Jan was better than Toby?
Jan was better than Toby.
Thank you. Oh, you said absolutely not, as in that's wrong. Yeah, we're not getting into that debate because that will take over the show. I do want to bring up Colin Cross-Amanos, and we're segue. I don't know why I'm doing all this. Starting a wave.
What are you doing, Dagul? Were you doing this? The top.
I'm
going to get the light out in a minute.
I would do, like I was at a Barry Manilow concert for Frank.
Only I have been to a Barry Manilow concert on this panel, mate.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I will say, obviously, we had the injuries at the start that were picking up. But you know what? If we go back to the Paris Saint-Germain game, and we're going to segue kind of into the game and everything now, is doing things like resting a Bentancur, a Paulinho. The thing, obviously, we're talk about Richarlison. And if we remember the first game of this pre-season, when Thomas Frank said, nope, he needs another week. We're giving him another week rather than shoving him in. I think when we talk about it, we're going to talk Frank as well. And I'm going to make sure I do this as often as possible. Thomas Frank will always get the plaudits from us. And we're talking about, like, me personally, you personally. But we've made a thing of it, haven't we, Ben? I think this is the best coaching staff that has come to this football club under ENIC. Obviously, you can say Poch with his tried and trusted 3. There's 8 people here. And we're going to go on to, even before the game, something Ben saw and people that the game would have seen. I think this coaching staff that has been put together, and I think it's only the goalkeeping coach that hadn't previously worked with Frank, like, side by side. I think that the coaching staff we've got and everything that comes along with Thomas Frank is the best we've had under ENIC. Ben.
I'm delighted with this coaching staff, and as you said before, anyone that was at the game and watched the pre-match warm-ups, it was eye-opening how much better it was. You saw the coaching staff divided the pitch into 4 separate groups. You had your defensive players doing defensive drills. You had your attacking players doing attacking drills. You had the goalkeeping staff doing their drills, and then you had everyone else doing their drills in terms of like substitutions and stuff like that. It was wonderful to watch, saying, we're playing Burnley today. They will put crosses in the box. So what are we going to practice? Crosses in the box. And it really helped. Yeah, it really helped. Loads of crosses came in the box, and the coaching and the players knew what they were doing. Yes, it's only Burnley. Yes, it's only Burnley. You can only play the team that's ahead of you. But what this tells you is the coaching staff identify what the other team are going to do to you, and then the coaching staff coach them and how to deal with it. This is what coaching staffs are there for. This is what you're supposed to do This is what you're supposed to do in football management. See what you're playing against. See what you're playing against and do what you can to nullify what they've got and finding their weaknesses and then go at it, which is exactly what we did. And 3-0 victory.
Yep. Listen, what
victory. Clean sheet. Great to see. Great to see young players played in their correct position. Really good to see them there. And it's great that we're seeing. I'm gonna name one player in particular who I thought in the first half was particularly poor. Archie Gray. Second half performance, much better performance. Yes, still not a world beater. Yes, still not ready for this level, I think. But to see improvement from a player night and day in the same game, I love it. Because what that tells me is the coaching staff have gone to Archie Gray at half-time and told him, listen up here, you've got to improve. You've got to improve. And we saw second half, Archie Gray was getting onto the ball, outside of the foot passes, into the path of fullbacks, passing through the lines. This is what we've got to see. Improvement of young players. And this coaching staff are here, and they are going to make these players better. And we're seeing it in games, that players are getting better. And that's exactly what I want to see. Let us know what you think, Mr. Raki.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I wanted to bring this up with Keith. The reason I say about the coaching staff being the best that we've had under it, football has evolved. What is it with me and the hand movements at the moment? Football has evolved, and obviously there's different roles that have been created, different ways of looking at it. And if you look at Spurs' coaching staff that's come in, a lot of them have been meshed together. One of the things Ange did, to his credit or discredit, he never works with the same coaching staff wherever he goes. So it was kind of, right, I've got no experience with him. I've got no experience. But that's been, even Nuno wasn't allowed to bring his assistant, the only club that...
It's silly, really.
Yeah, I mean, but there's been, even Jose Mourinho's were kind of meshed together, not a cohesive unit that have worked together. And they've come in, and especially Justin Cochrane, obviously. You could even see Vicario.
He was very involved. He was very involved.
So much better with his feet already. Obviously, it's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. But the thing you said that I've had, not with you, but it's obvious it was going to happen. We won 3-0, and we'll talk about the game and everything. And 3 goals, clean sheet. No, and the thing is, we got bashed with against PSG. We've got and pre-season. We've got no creativity. We're a set piece team. Well, we didn't score one set piece. We did create a lot. Then we get told, well, it was only Burnley in the first game. Burnley are sure to get relegated. These kind of games, he does this all the time. Block him. So you look at it. These are the kind of games that Spurs sometimes choke. Last season, we took 1 point off Leicester, 3 points off of Ipswich. Yes, we done the double over Southampton, and we lost 2 teams in this way. Thomas Frank made a bold call of putting that midfield 3 in, which I said one of the things I wanted Thomas Frank for was because he will develop players, bring on young talent, will rotate when need be, big up Mr. Sweden, will change his formation to suit the team to beat. He had to play a high. He went 3-5-2 against Paris, Saint-Germain, because he had to navigate around their creativity. He went 4-2-3-1 because he knew he could do it against Bolton. What is wrong with me? Burnley.
What were you asking? We're not playing Bolton.
Oh, where the hell did Bolton come from? Surely that's wrong. Surely that's wrong, by the way. Surely that's wrong. If
Maybe
it
you
is,
have to refresh.
yeah, if that is, but look, like you said, look, big up, Nige, brother. I didn't get to see the coaching drills that you were talking about. Everyone at the ground would have. And it's just these subtle changes. And again, it's just one game. Big up, Dave. Big up, buddy. It's refreshing to see. Oh, mate, I think I am, Max. I think I am 40. I think it's all downhill from 46. But yeah, I took so much from that game. Yes, we've got to a time as well, whereas people like Archie Gray didn't play well. Okay, so I think he played okay. Second half, like you said, he got better, a lot better. But we live in a time now. This is a young kid making his way into the. Yes, but I understand that if you're young enough, you're on big money. But he played so in and out last season or out of position. If the guy made a mistake, he learns from it. You don't know what you don't know. If you don't make mistakes, you can't fix it. He would have learned things from this. He knows he's got a manager that's got faith in him. He did get better. And if Archie Gray, people want to say, oh, he had a bad game as anonymous. Did he do anything that led to a goal? No, we didn't concede one. Did he? Don't get me wrong. There's things that need to improve. But for Mr. Boring Football Frank and he doesn't like attacking football or creative football. Well, how about that second goal where every single player on the team touched the ball? How often does that happen in a Premier League season where a team move is created where every single player touches the ball? Whether it's the great Liverpool team playing Burnley, whether it's Manchester City, it don't happen. Very, very rarely. There is so much to take from the game. Again, like when people were trying to take the negatives from the 5 minutes against Paris, which there were, we dropped off. We didn't have the quality. We got all we wanted to do is get 3 points, see some good football. And there were times the football was explosive. We went quiet for a bit and then we went, Sam, there you go. You're here. I saw you in the other chat. Okay, so that's the one game. Okay, what happened in the second leg? We're well structured, drilled. Mate, like I said, we got APRS in the building. This is what happens right here, right now.
Why can't we just move on from it?
This is the sad thing, and we're not even going to.
They're saying we beat City 4-0, but we lost to Ipswich.
Yeah,
we lost to Leicester.
And Leicester, we took Tamworth to extra time in the FA Cup, or Tamworth took us. This is going to be, unfortunately, a theme of the season.
Move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. Let's talk about.
Let's move on and talk about the future.
I mean, first of all, I have to say, Sasa Toure.
Indeed.
Kudos, West Ham fans, who apparently don't care about it, who don't care about this transfer. They seem to bloody well care about it. Yeah, okay, Sam. This is Kudus' debut was phenomenal, and Richie. What has happened to Richarlison? He looks. This is again what coaches do. Correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
This is what we want. This is what we want. Let's talk about Richarlison Firstly, he's played 4 games in a row and he's not got injured. What the hell's happened? What the hell's happened? Richarlison has played 4 games in a row, and he looks good. That part. He looks good.
He looks fine.
He's Tottenham's number 9.
There you go. He
looks good. He's getting into the right positions to score. I want to link this to Kudus because Richarlison is incredibly frustrating.
Yep.
He's incredibly frustrating. The moment you give Richarlison more than 1 second to think, he has a brain fart. The one thing with Richarlison now is he has someone explosive like Mohamed Kudus on that right wing who gives him less than a second to think.
Yep.
Fires the ball at him. Richarlison has 1 second to think, back of the net. It's what you want him to do. That's what you want him to do. Fire balls at him. Cross balls into him in the box. That's what he's good at. That's what you need him to do. Fire balls at him. That second goal was outrageous. That was outrageous. He had no right to score that goal. It was very high. It was behind him. It was quick. That goal, that was the footballing equivalent of an RKO out of nowhere. That was outrageous. That was outrageous. And I've said outrageous 3 times now. What a goal that was. What a goal.
I will say very quickly, before we talk about Richarlison Kudus, he's absolutely right, Keith, here. We've spoken about Gray, and a lot of people have spoken about Gray. Romero in the first half, his passing was all over the place.
Oh, shocking.
Giving away needless fouls. Obviously, it got better in the second half. Maybe it was captaincy responsibility and it got the bigger of him, but he was not good in the first half. But Mohamed Kudus, honestly, those 2 crosses, the audacity to do that showboating, the audacity to do that Neymar-esque flick. Chris, I think you're right. And also what I think is happening as well, and we saw it, first season under Ange, Brennan Johnson actually kept supplying Richarlison for a near post finish. If you keep him fit, he seems to be well. But we've had such a problem with creativity. We've had such a problem with go to the wing, cross it far post, tapping, and obviously we were going direct and we were playing it in the middle of the park. What a debut from Mohamed Kudus. Both crosses were brilliant. But do you know what? One of my favourite things about Richarlison's performance as well wasn't even either goal. It's how he started the move for the third. Holding the ball up, flicking it over the player. Then Sasa Toure came and did with it. But I think that there were moments in that team, and then you put an Eze. Spence was doing what he does at left back, defensively sharp.
Deadly Spence.
The only thing with Spence is obviously when he's got to cut in on his right to pass it. Destiny's got to work on his, but he was going Porro defensively. It was just a really good foot. And now the whole thing is, the other thing again, talking to Frank. His post-game press conferences or interviews with Miles, he just breaks down the game, doesn't he? And it's all about Richarlison. He's like, we've got to keep him fit. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. And he kept praising the medical team with like Richarlison, the turnaround of after Paris to get them there playing again. I think there is so much to look forward to. And if I'll put it this way right now, I'm a firm believer that when you've got big up, Paul, good morning to you or good afternoon to you. I'm a big believer now that even though Richarlison's Solanke's our record signing, and whatever. He's got to win that shirt off for Charleston now, or wait for a Charleston to be rested, injured, whatever. When we start against Man City, there is only one man that should start up front.
Yeah.
Only one man. But then he'll probably go 3-5-2. So who knows? But I think to look at it, him and we have to talk about Papa Matasar.
Yes, we do.
I mean,
massive improvement from him this season already.
Well, do you know what we're speaking about? I think we need to look for a right back if we were to do one, Troy, because I think Spence is left back material. I think he's much better there. But Pape Matasar, Sasa Toure, or the lawnmower if Lee Harvey's in here, has there been a player that's taken to Frank's style and vision more seamlessly than Pape Matasar? Because I can't think of one.
I think Pape has a... I think he is being moulded to be the combative midfielder. I think I'm not comparing these two players, so please don't go at me for saying this. He is moulding him to be like an N'Golo Kante type player or a Makelele type player. The player that covers every blade of grass and puts out fires when need be. Yeah. I think Pape, he can be that player that puts out fires. The amount of ground he covers.
Wait a minute, Scott. Who got the assist for Brennan Johnson's goal? That was Pape Matasar. But sorry, Ben, carry on.
I think he's that guy that that Frank is going to get to mop up all. He's going to do all the work that people don't look at, but that's the most. He's going to be the water carrier. He's going to be the water carrier of the team. He's going to be the selfless work that gets the team ticking. He's going to get the work done. And in a bigger game, if we really want to shut up shop, we're gonna be so solid with him and Paulinho in front of a back four, mopping up all the dangerous chances. I've really liked what I've seen from Pape in. I've really liked what I've seen in these in the pre-season, the Super Cup, and now in the first game of the season. Big up, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see this player getting coached because I saw a player there. He's flatlined over the last 2 years, and hopefully this is a renaissance of Pape Matasar, and we get to see it.
Joe, I have to honestly. We looked at our midfield, and it looked like MGW was coming, so that was going to be the 8 or whatever sorted. And it was like, right, how are these people going to get in? Are they going to go? And I thought Pape might be one on the chopping block. But he is a player that he could... I didn't think I'd see these levels from him. So Thomas Frank can't stop waxing lyrical about him. He's even said in the interview after the game, I've spoken so much about Pape, I want to talk about the others. He is certainly having an impact. Certainly having an impact. And I mean, guys, would you agree? So far under Frank, let's see where people are. So far under Frank, to the people that are watching, who would you say is the most improved player in the brief time? And remember, we've only got a brief look. If Pape Matasar doesn't win this by a million miles, I'd be interested. But I can't think of anyone. Maybe Richie will get in it for these 2 games. Big up, Ryan. I literally let's see who people think. Tango, I knew you'd. By the way, Tango, I knew you'd comment on my YouTube video. I got to the end of my interview, Ben, with Ben and Sim, and I meant to say, do you know what? I've got every single confidence in Frank going to Man City, and I said I've got every single confidence in Ange, and then straight away there I was like, oh, I knew it, and I had a feeling more people would have commented on it. But Tango certainly did, which I replied to. I don't know. He said it was a Freudian split.
Daniel Levy.
Oh, Rob, mate. I think it's been okay. So we've had Richie and so it's been Richie and Sarr, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Paul Langley, I agree. I thought up until PSG, Porro was the player of pre-season. I really did. But I think Pape Matar Sarr has eclipsed it. But I also think, I mean, so we look. Kudus, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? But I think. Wait, what's Simon said? What Simon said? Sorry, you bring up, mate. His work rate.
I want to talk about Kudus in a bit.
We'll talk about him after. We're talking about. I just think Pape Matar Sarr so far, and again, we've only got a very small sample size. The next game that we've got, and obviously we'll discuss near the end of the week, is going to be a completely different ball game and a proper test for Pape Matar Sarr, because you would imagine that Bentancur, Paulinho, and Sarr will probably be that midfield three,
unless we sign Eze.
True. No, I mean, look at that option. Then, if we do, then look at the option.
You could play Eze on the left instead of Brennan Johnson. You could play Eze on the left.
I mean, we can talk about him as well because we've spoken about the two guys. But let's talk. Go on, have your say on Kudus.
I'm going to speak like a child here. Kudus is what the youth call a baller. He is absolutely brilliant. He is a player that I love to watch play football. He is an absolutely brilliant player to watch. Everywhere. He's everywhere. Strong in the tackle, holding players off, bit of showboating, getting down, going down to the byline and hitting balls across. He's an old school. We haven't had an old school winger in a long time.
Long time.
And he is brilliant to watch. He is absolutely brilliant to watch. And it was a joy to watch Mohamed Kudus at the weekend. It was a joy to watch him play football.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to see what more we see from him. It was brilliant to watch.
It was. I mean, I saw from when the boys at We Are Tottenham TV were doing their bits yesterday that when they do their Twitter reacts, they showed all the West Ham fans at the Stadium of Light, and on the monitors in the concourse it showed. Oh, Dave, I haven't seen them, but I've just started. We're going to talk about that, which is just nonsense.
It's ridiculous.
But you saw the West Ham fans, and they showed the Spurs warming up on Sky Sports News. They go wanker, going absolutely nuts. You've seen loads of them saying that he's had a poor pre-season, which he hasn't. You saw loads of West Ham fans going nuts. Snake, there were the banners out there and everything because they weren't concerned, they weren't bothered. And then they're all the way up at Sunderland, probably the furthest destination, obviously with Newcastle. And then they check their football apps whilst they're watching. That game, they see assist Kudus. For me, man, I know Richie's got it, but I think Kudus. Richie don't get those goals without Kudus. I can't remember when he got the ball. He was a bag of tricks. The showboating. We've all been talking about. No matter where you stand on anything within this football club, we haven't had a player that does that and gets the ball on the wing and gets you off your feet and thinking, "Oh my God, what's he going to do?"
Yeah.
He did that and more. And like Psycho Fox said, his work rate for this, power, desire, creativity, speed, flair, you could just go on and on and on and on about his performance. He was, I reckon, I mean, I can't, with all honesty, can you remember anyone in recent time? Maybe Rafa van der Vaart didn't score on his. Did he score 2 on his debut with Villa, or was that? Can you think of another player that we've bought that has had a more impressive debut in the Premier League than Kudus?
Ooh.
And then this guy, I'm only talking Premier League era. Jurgen obviously got his goal at Sheffield Wednesday, but it was just the goal. Can anyone remember a better Premier League debut. 5 chances created, the work rate, the skill, the flair. Oh dear! So we got Dyer scored. He scored the winner. Robbie Keane. Robbie Keane's first game. I can't remember his first game. Kulusevski, no, he didn't. He came on against Brighton. Then he got subbed against Wolves. Man City was his. Kulu didn't have the greatest debut. I'll tell you that now. It's wait a minute. Yeah, I have to say.
Bayern against City.
Yeah, but that tops it.
Yeah,
that tops it. But that was the goal. That was Daniel. I mean, don't get me wrong. What a goal! No one will score a better goal than on their debut. But I can't think. Obviously, Mido looked like a world beater, but Bergwijn scored that goal. Obviously, and Dembele scored. Yeah, he did against Aston Villa. We came back and won it on the. I don't think you'll find a more impressive one. Yeah, but you know what? I'm saying players we brought in, Rob. Players we brought in, not brought up from the academy. A 4-4-1-1. Kudus right wing, Savino left wing, mate.
Mbele Mabazela.
Oh, that's a blast from the past. That's the blast. But you know what? Let's just for the last few minutes that we got. Let's shift this because obviously the window's going. We're all talking about incomings. There will have to be outgoings in the next couple of weeks. Right now,
that's another good thing. Once we've got our incomings sorted, we can start. Basuma's got to go, and there are little rumors.
I don't think Lang could sell rice to the Chinese or ice to the Eskimos. So we'll see. The fact that we've only sold Son, Højbjerg was done the season before, so I'm not counting him, and obviously Josh Keeley.
And Ndombele.
In your time supporting Spurs, who had the best debut, who you thought was one, and then ended up being shot? Oh my God!
Ndombele.
Let's deal with this question before salespeople. That's a great question from Paddy. People in the chat, who would have had the best debut, but then ended up? Yep, I am, buddy. I am. I've had 2 hours sleep because it's what I do. It's what I do.
Well, with this, Fabrizio Romano said it was 55 plus 5. I've got some coffee, Aki.
Yeah, so it looks like everyone's reported as well that the deal has gone and they've spoken. Do you know what? I think Fiona just reminded me of someone. Bergwijn again. I'm going to mention someone. I can mention 2. I'm going to mention 2. Sergei Rabrov, Roberto Soldado. And I stand by that we ruined them. They didn't flop. We ruined them. And Ndombele is, I'm thinking a little bit further. Tanguy was a disappointment. Mido again. If I remember correctly, was that not a debut? Oh, mate, that goal. Do you know the thing I loved about it most, Cynical Dad? It's not just how good it was so fucking powerful. The way the ball rolls out of the net so quickly. I think it almost makes it to the penalty spot. It was hit with so. If that had gone wide and hit someone in the face, it would have been like an ice hockey puck. Mido's there. Soldado, he did it away. He scored in his home debut as well. Joshua, if you're putting him for the worst, I know where you go. Obviously, he fell off a cliff, but now we know what we know. And also, what I think with Dele Alli is when we got rid of Mr. Dembele, rather than buying another midfielder, we dropped him deeper and said, right, you're going to be more of a midfielder than what his born to lose. Or do people remember as well Giovanni Dos Santos? Giovanni Dos Santos would be one. Another bit of news, Ben Jacobs has said Steve Parish agreed in principle, just waiting on the replacement. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to raise my 70% to 70. I'm going to raise it to 80%. My door number at home, I'm 80% certain that it's going to get done. But going back to what we were going to say, players going out, people. Now let's have our 3 players that if you were in charge, that you would get rid of, and not just because you think they're shit. You got to look at this. We're going to need to try and get people off the wage bill. We're going to need to try and get a bit of money recouped. So who could be that to get the money in? So if there were 3 players that we could get, that you guys could get out the door, who would you go for? This, I agree with 2 of them. I just can't see us being able to get Johnson out. I just can't see this late with people wanting to take him unless it was a loan, and I can't see it. Do you know what? I'm going to do a mesh between Gareth and Paul. Mine would be Biss, Solomon. Basically, no, it's not even a mesh. It is what Paul said. Kevin Prince Boateng, that's an mate. I thought it was going to be big. Lone Grey, yeah, I think. Sell Bissouma, Lone Grey, find the receipt and ask buying for a refund. It's like snog, marry, avoid, isn't it? Let's see. Will Palace drag their feet now? Listen, Roy, I don't think Palace want to drag it out. I think Palace want this. Obviously, they're going to lose Eze, and it's going to be hard for them. But they need a replacement, and they need to get him in because they're very, very low on numbers as well. Glasner has said that he's been disappointed. Maybe it is a financial thing that they've needed to get things moving. I thought it was going to be Harvey Elliott. That was the one. But obviously, we've heard today that they're in advanced talks, or I can't remember what the phrase was. They've in advanced. I think it was advanced talks with El Canoes. So we shall see. Biss, Hill, Solomon. Yep, agreed. Big up DJ Samuel. Ben Davies could go. If you're, mate, I agree with you. The latter, Tony, Thomas Frank and Cochrane. I don't know why people are still thinking anything like that when it comes to Thomas Frank. You're entitled to your opinion. I just don't see why people would be saying this. 1 game in, but Psycho's gone for 4. Dragusin, I've said I think might get a loan. World Cup year. Bissouma, Hill, Solomon seems to be the fact was Solanke. Do you know what? Listen, Jimmy. I think Solanke, if we get these players that we're linked with, can be amongst the goals for us and get. If he had been number 1 striker, which obviously he isn't right now, I was on the train that he could get 20 goals. But there is no way, with everything we're doing, that we get rid of a Solanke and try to get another striker. But this is like I said to you, who you would sell. So fair play to you. I do think Solanke, given the chance with the creativity, will be amongst the goals. But he's going to have to get that shirt off Richie. Ben, who's your 3?
Of who?
If you could, you're the manager right now. You can get rid of 3 players, but it's got to be based on not players that you just think shit. That you got to look at, can we get money for them, wages, blah blah blah. Like think like a football. Don't think like him. You know what I'm getting at. As if you were.
Bissouma's got to go because he's just a bad egg in the dressing room. Solomon, I think Leeds will buy him because he had a really good season there, and I think he'd do really well back at Leeds. And who can we sell as a 3rd player?
You could be a loan as well to get them out for the year. Just 3. Yeah. Make it difficult, people. Make it difficult. Because if we said, who would you get rid of? There will be a long, long list.
I'm not sure who the 3rd player. There's so many. Let me look at the squad at the weekend. Let me look at the squad. It makes it easy.
Valise is born to lose. Valise is done. He's on loan. He's in. Can't remember the name. He's gone back to the club we bought him from, and I can't remember if it's obligation, but we've done it that should they sell him on, we've got a percentage, kind of like we tried to do with Cardoso.
And Vuskovic on loan somewhere.
Okay. Need to. Oh, here we go. This is Solomon Bissouma, Richie Solanke, mate, Scott. I love this. I do love Scott. I do love his opinions. Yes,
except on food. Scott M's food opinions are the worst on the planet.
Solomon, yes. Bissouma, yes. Richie, no. You can't sell Richie and Solanke, mate. If you think we're going to get Eze, maybe Savinho,
and then buy 2 strikers.
Yeah. Sarr, not a chance. But this is your list anyway. Ben Davies, Scarlett on loan. Gray, I wish we could sell. And Vuskovic. Wow. Okay. Crystal Palace are making moves, people. Mr. Destiny Adogi, big up to you, brother. Big up to you. Thanks for being here. Everyone that was there last night. Do you know what, Max? You've been the ITK of the show for Crystal Palace bombshells. So well done. Well done for keeping us all informed. But only 3. I got about 9 players. Look, this is the thing as well. What we got to remember as well, and like I said, everyone, it's your list. And like with Scott's long list, one of the main reasons that Thomas Frank... Oh, there we go. Tony, I am relaxed. Okay, cool. No, it's not because of you. It's that there are people like the APRS that we had in. It's just the way things go. But as I said, we need to look that one of the things that Frank does best is develop players and his coaching staff, especially with Cochrane and the youngsters and whatever.
Big up, Hazzy.
Big up, Hotspur. And he will develop some of these players. This looks like things. And what time is it back home now? It's what? It's 4 o'clock back home. Things could be moving at a very, very rapid rate now with them doing this. But I will say before we end the show, what I do want to end the show on is Alfie scoring a banger for Preston. Lancashire scored. There was I can't remember who scored. The lone players got their minutes and did it. So the ones we have got out on loan.
It's 3 p.m. Aki. 3 p.m.
What did I say? Did I say 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
I need help. Maybe that's when we end the stream because I'm losing my goddamn marbles. But I will say we will be back. Do you know what? If anything big breaks Eze, we'll be doing another dual stream tomorrow, Ben, won't we?
Sure.
We'll be. Maybe we'll just dual stream all week until the window closes.
Who knows?
Because things are going to be happening.
We've got to do some coffee streams at some point, Aki. We've got to do some coffee streams.
We do. We can do. So if there's news on Eze, there will be a stream tomorrow.
No. Just so
you know, when Crystal Palace, when that rumour came out that Palace said they were going to play him, it will make absolutely no difference. Yeah. It will make absolutely no difference. He can play. Hopefully he doesn't.
The only thing we'll do is potentially get him fitter for coming to play for us.
Risk of injury for playing that game, which goes on with every game. But we've
got to do it as soon as physically possible.
One thing I will promise you, there won't be. I say it won't be. If Ilana goes to bed early, there might be. There might be, if there's developments, a late night Lily White. There will be 2 this week. I just don't know when. Like we said, we will be doing it every Sunday, no matter what. Late night Lily White. But, Ben, any final comments?
Subscribe to Tottenham on Tour and, of course, the Coffee Company. And if one of our mods can put the link in for both channels on both streams, that would be greatly appreciated. Go and subscribe to both of our channels. We're trying to grow. We're trying to get Tottenham on Tour closer to 11,000 subscribers. We are at 11. We are at 10,200. We're getting closer to 11,000 subs. We are working our hardest to get the best content for you. 2 streams a week and potential more streams. Of course, the late night streams have become a regular occurrence on Tottenham on Tour now. Yep. And of course, our post-match reactions, which are being enjoyed by you guys as well. So for all the wonderful content we try and provide you, hopefully you're enjoying it. Most importantly, hopefully you're enjoying it. But support us on this journey. We're pushing we are pushing, and hopefully we will grow with you guys. Thank you to Sleepy Mocha for gifting 5 coffee company memberships. It's greatly appreciated. If you were gifted one on my other channel, please say thank you to Sleepy Mocha. We do like a mocha. We do.
Craig has put your link in. Whoops.
Big up, Craig.
So it's there. But yeah, we if there's any news, we will be back tomorrow. And thank you everybody for joining us on both channels. Hope you enjoyed the stream. We're going to try and make it as interactive with you guys as possible. And let's all be happy that we got 3 points, a clean sheet, and it looks like it could be a very, very big week for Tottenham Hotspur.
Big up.
There you go.
Very exciting week it is indeed. Big up Davo as well. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And as always, everyone, if you smell what the Kauff is brewing, take it away, Aki.
You've had an extended 6-minute extra time therapy session. So the Thomas Frankaholic therapy session is now closed. We'll say enjoy the day, whatever you're doing. I'm going to spend some quality time with my beautiful wife today and look forward to it. I will say Thomas Frank, Thomas Frank, and as always, Levy out. Talk.